Preface. Breaking the Siege, Voyages of the Free Gaza, FG, Movement. This is a story about courage and determination as told by 43 human rights activists who founded, organized and purchased boats to go to Gaza. On August 23, 2008, they made history by landing two small Greek fishing boats, the Free Gaza and the Liberty, in Gaza. They were the first internationals to land there in 41 years. The volunteers managed to secretly repair two old fishing boats in hidden ports around Athens, Greece, and then sail them to Cyprus, while remaining vigilantly alert for Israeli spies intent on sabotaging this global effort before it began. This book details the harrowing 32-hour maiden voyage through choppy seas from Larnaca, Cyprus, to Gaza port, how the communication systems of both boats were jammed by Israeli intelligence, and how Greek authorities feared that Liberty and Free Gaza had been sunk. But both boats emerged from the communication blackout and triumphantly entered Gaza port to the cheers of tens of thousands of Palestinians who had gathered spontaneously to welcome them. Because of this first success at breaking Israel's illegal siege on 1.5 million people, donors stepped up and purchased a yacht we named the Dignity, which made 4 successful voyages to Gaza from October through December 2008. On its 5th voyage, as Israel was committing massacres on the people of Gaza in an attack called Operation Cast Lead, an Israeli warship deliberately rammed the Dignity 3 times while she was still in international waters, severely damaging the vessel and endangering the lives of the 16 civilians on board. Fortunately, she was able to make it to safety in Sidon, Lebanon, without sinking. Undeterred, we bought a 4th vessel, the Spirit of Humanity, Arian, that was nearly capsized by the Israeli Navy as we sailed in emergency care workers and medical supplies in January 2009. The boat was forced to turn back in rough waters. On June 30, 2009, while making another attempt to reach Gaza, the Spirit of Humanity was boarded and hijacked by the Israeli Navy. All 21 unarmed civilian passengers were imprisoned in Israel. 2 of the passengers who hold Israeli citizenship were released. After about a week, the remaining 19 Spirit passengers were deported to their various countries. We organized for almost a year, knowing that sending in only 1 or 2 boats would not make a difference to the Palestinians and Israel's draconian siege on them. We determined that the only way for the world to wake up to the collective punishment inflicted on a civilian population was to increase the size of the boats and the number of people going. On May 31, 2010, while clearly in international waters 65 miles off the coast of Israel, a small fleet of 5 vessels known as the Freedom Flotilla was lethally attacked and illegally boarded by Israeli commandos. 8 Turkish nationals and 1 American were killed aboard the Mavi Marmara, the largest ship in the flotilla. On all other ships, the passengers were beaten and tear-gassed. Some with broken bones were thrown on the ground and handcuffed. This act of Israeli aggression provoked worldwide condemnation and raised global awareness about the ongoing illegal siege of Gaza. 5 days later, the Israeli Navy seized the 6th ship, Rachel Corrie, a cargo ship carrying reconstruction and education supplies for the people of Gaza. Again, the unarmed passengers were forced to the ground, handcuffed, and held on deck in the blazing sun, guarded by dogs and heavily armed Israeli commandos. Breaking the Siege describes the human drama of what began as a crazy idea and an impossible undertaking. It describes the creation of this now internationally recognized, non-violent direct action movement, and how an intense media campaign succeeded in putting the siege of Gaza on the map. We have much left to do. If governments will not force Israel to lift its illegal blockade of Gaza, we, the members of civil society, will continue to sail. The book also gives insights into the hardships suffered by the people of Gaza as a direct result of Israel's comprehensive land, sea, and air blockade, which are condemned by international human rights organizations as illegal acts of collective punishment against Gaza's 1.5 million residents, more than half of them children. Unfortunately, the strangulation of the Palestinians in Gaza continues. Therefore, the work of the Free Gaza movement is only beginning.